it seems like to me, Money in the Bank brings good vibes to the WWE. It seems like WWE has a good feeling after Money in the Bank because not gonna say that this Raw was a perfect episode or a fantastic or the greatest episode I've ever seen. But this week's episode of Raw was pretty darn solid, if I do say so myself. Like I could actually say that this Raw was solid. Now, not to say that this Raw was perfect. No. Let's be real here. Just because when someone says an episode of WWE television is solid, does not mean all of a sudden I think, oh man, it was great, it was awesome, WWE's doing... No. It's okay to sometimes admit when something's solid, man. It's okay. And really, to be honest, Raw put on a solid effort tonight. Tonight's episode of Raw was a very solid show. I really didn't have complaints about this week's Raw. There's some stuff that we'll dive into. But yeah, not much complaints. What is up, Blue Knight? What is up, Batman, the leader of the chat cave? How you guys doing tonight? As always, this is the WWE RAW live stream. First of all, I got to give a shout out to my affiliates, WrestlingWithWrestling.com. Thank you, Audrey Corbeil. If you guys want to see me and if you guys want to check out other great content creators, check out WrestlingWithWrestling.com, covering all four corners of the ring. All right, cheap advertisement out the way. And now let's just get started talking about Raw. I always got to get those plugs going, especially to my affiliate. And you can also check out all my Raw, the Chasing WWE Raw reviews on the WrestlingWithWrestling.com website. Once again, WrestlingWithWrestling.com. So anyways, let's go started about this week's episode of Raw. And this week's episode of Raw kicked off on the right foot. You showed the highlights of the awesome Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax match. You said, hey, this is how we're going to start off the show. We're going to show off these highlights, and we're going to make people realize that this is how we're going to kick off the show. Alexa Bliss comes out, cuts her usual Alexa Bliss promo. Out comes Ronda Rousey. Alexa Bliss just tears down Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey had enough of her bullshit and beat her down. You use Alexa Bliss correctly. Alexa Bliss, not really the best wrestler, but one of the best talkers you have in the women's division. Ronda Rousey, hey guys, not really one of the best talkers, but one of the most badass women on the planet. And so when you have Ronda Rousey going crazy and she's beating down Alexa Bliss, it was a good opening. It was a good start. It was like, dude, got you amped up for Monday Night Raw. Now, my only problem with this opening segment, and I guess it's a little complaint, is that afterwards, they gave Rousey the 30-day suspension, kayfabe-wise. I think Ronda's still doing some movie stuff, so they're trying to wrap that up. And also, I think it's good that they're trying to get her out of the picture, so that way they can just focus on Alexa and Nia Jax. And that way it's not like Ronda Rousey's looming in the background. Because the thing is, with Ronda Rousey still kind of being on the roster, and if she was able to become the number one contender, people would just be like, why don't you just make Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss a triple threat? Well, why is it that Rousey's not in this match if she got her title shot already, man? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what people would be saying. But now with Ronda Rousey gone for 30 days, WWE can just focus on Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. But at the same time, why do you do something so badass with Ronda and then you take away all that momentum that she has? Like that to me is just kind of confusing. Like, I don't understand that. I think they could have found a better way to suspend her. But hey, man, it gets you excited to see Ronda Rousey, man. But yeah, what up, Xander? What up? What up, Matthew? What up, JC, my boy? What up, Mr. Impact 2005? Yeah, we're all Constable Corbins here, man. Constable Corbin, legend tonight, man. Oh, baby, on the Chase Oliver channel. You know what happens if you beat that jobber jacket. Yellow! You all know what happens when you beat that jobber jacket. Oh, that was a great moment of Monday Night Raw. But yeah, overall, though, what a good opening to Raw. Then right afterwards, we get a Seth Rollins promo. Seth Rollins is saying, hey, guys, I want to defend the Intercontinental title. And then who answers but Dolph Ziggler? I was saying to myself, good. I got a Rollins and Ziggler match that could last like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or way too longer than it should be. Rollins will beat this Ziggler guy. And then I'll probably get another backstage promo where Ziggler's like, and Baron Corbin are going to be like, even though we didn't win, we still stole the show, and we show why we're better. But then all of a sudden, it was like, Ziggler beat Seth Rollins. And I was just sitting there, and I was just like, huh. Ziggler beat Seth Rollins. Well, Drew McIntyre chased, Dolph Ziggler's with Drew, you would think. Drew McIntyre got involved in this match and cost Dolph Ziggler something. No, Drew McIntyre actually didn't do shit. Like literally, he didn't do anything but twiddle his thumbs out there. The only interference he did was that. That's literally what he did. We're like, he didn't do anything. Like, yeah, okay, granted, yes, Ziggler won by grabbing the tights. But still, Dolph Ziggler won the Intercontinental title. Why? Okay, here's the thing. Seth Rollins losing the IC title. Is it fine? Absolutely. If he loses it to someone that is built up. You see, Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, you're like building them up in the tag team division. They're supposed to be a tag team taking over the WWE at all costs, right? And granted, yes, this kind of fits their mantra of trying to take over the WWE, but it's like, who the frick has Ziggler and Drew McIntyre beat to really say, hey, they could beat Seth Rollins, the IC champion? Absolutely nobody. They've been beating up Breezango. Yeah, all of a sudden now Dolph Ziggler can beat Seth Rollins, Red Hot Rollins, Monday Night Rollins, one of your best things. I really think that they did this so that way they can keep Seth Rollins away from the Universal title picture. I really think they said, oh, we know what we want to do for the Universal title match at SummerSlam. It's already set in stone what they want to do. Let's just hope WWE will change their minds, but it seems like they're not going to change their minds. And it seems like to me that they realized that if they would have put Seth Rollins in said match that was going to be for the number one contendership for the Universal Championship, they would have had no choice but to make him win. So, of course, WWE had to decide to make it where Seth Rollins loses the IC title. So that way, he could be preoccupied doing something else other than being the guy that should be probably facing Brock Lesnar at Summerfest. Okay. I see your games, WWE. I ain't stupid. You may trick everyone else with this shit, but not me. I know what you're trying to do. I get it. You don't want to go with Rollins all the way yet. I get it. You like where Rollins is at, and you don't want to make it where fans force your hand into giving something that you don't want to give to Seth Rollins right now. I get it. I understand it. I don't have to like it, but I get it. You have a different idea. You want to do something different. But if you want to do something different with Seth Rollins, at least make it with entertaining people. Fucking Dolph Ziggler. Who wants to see Seth Rollins and Dolph? I didn't want to see that feud back when Seth Rollins was the blonde streak, where's my statue heel, that just retired Sting, and Dolph Ziggler was this last saving hope for the WWE. I didn't want to see that feud back then, okay? So what makes you think I want to see this now? Like you could have given Drew McIntyre the title? Hey, Teddy, I want my Intercontinental title back, Teddy. No, I said you give it to... They hear you! They hear you! Man, if they were really hearing us, they would have given you the belt, Dolph Ziggler. Jesus, man. Dolph Ziggler, Intercontinental Champion. And this was the 6th time winning the belt. Hey, maybe we will have it, man, where Ziggler does what he did with the U.S. belt. He shows up and he just drops it. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. And just have him disappear. Bobby Roode had... I don't know why they did this, but Bobby Roode just came out and he squashed Kurt Hawkins. I was like, what was the point? And the only funny part about this was that, Roode came out and Michael Cole was all like, and Bobby Roode, you gotta imagine what kind of pain he's going through since the Money in the Bank ladder match. And Roode's coming out like, glorious, and I won't give in, till I victor. Like, just walking like a normal human being. It was like the funniest thing ever. I was like, Michael Cole, come on, man. Do it right, dude. Do it right. But we got Care Bear doing his Monster in the Bank promo. Yawn, don't care. He just pretty much said, I play the cello. I'm funny. Get these hats. And then Kevin Owens came out and was like trying to kiss his ass. But Care Bear was all like, I'm Monster, so no. And then we just wasted our time. Like for real, what was the point of this segment? Like literally, what was the point of this segment? It was like a waste of time. It was honestly a waste of time. And why is Care Bear talking too much? Who cares? No one gives a crap about Care Bear.
My case is so over. Chase, you should appreciate his talent. For someone who likes big wrestlers, Chase, you should always love Care Bear.
No. Care Bear is a goopy little fuck. I'm not going to like that guy. You can't convince me to like the guy. I think he sucks. He still sucks. Y'all can like him. That's your prerogative, not mine. I ain't gonna like someone that is the antithesis of what the YWC/IWC normally hates, and then all of a sudden, just because he feuded with one guy that you guys don't like, and he was mildly entertaining there, all of a sudden you guys are like,
oh, he's awesome, I love him. He played a cello, he's funny.
Could you imagine Roman Reigns coming out saying, and I play the cello, believe that? Y'all would be like, boo, what a goofy clown, suffering secretary. But Care Bear, it's like, oh, he's so funny, man, get these hands. Oh, you know what? You can get my hands. I don't give a fuck. He could kick my ass in real life, and I still would say he sucked. I don't care, man. Like, for real, dude. Like you know how, like, some people, they're like, they don't care if they like or hate the wrestler, they'll still wait in line for the autograph. Shit, man. You could give me front row passes for Care Bear's autograph signing, and I'll just say no. I'll rip those tickets in front of WWE and say, I would rather meet fucking Kurt Hawkins than Care Bear. And I'm being dead serious about that, dude. Dead serious. All right, Bayley and Sasha Banks, they made up. Yay. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy had a match with Slater Rhino, and Bo Dallas, man, and Curtis Axel. Bo Dallas seemed like he was going full Bray Wyatt, man. He reminded me a little bit of the Chase White days, man, when I used to turn off the lights and do the boogly boogly. You know, I used to do the Chase White promos. But yeah, man, Bo Dallas doing some good stuff right there. It was funny stuff by Bo Dallas, man. Nothing much degenerate showing on talking about Raw tonight, and then of course taking your guys' questions afterwards. Yeah, man, but Bo Dallas, man, absolutely funny. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy won in another squash match. There was way too many squash matches on this week's episode of Raw. Constable Corbin, Sheriff Corbin, whatever we want to call him on this stupid channel, comes out and says to Kurt Angle and tells him, like, hey, Stephanie wants to talk to you. And then Kurt Angle is on the phone. He's like, yeah? All right. Then we go to commercial. And then later on, Kurt Angle comes back and goes, uh-huh. All right. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Jinder Mahal squashed Chad Gable. You know, speaking of Chad Gable, no, not really speaking of Chad Gable. Speaking of Jason Jordan, I miss that guy, dude. Like seriously, man. I was hoping, like, when Rollins called out someone for the IC title, I heard, now, I am the next generation great, the next generation great. Let's go! Like, you know, I was hoping to hear that, but we didn't get that. Oh, Jinder Mahal won a squash match. Who cares? Sasha Banks and Bayley versus the Riot Squad. Yeah, so the Riot Squad, before this match, they were causing havoc backstage. And Ronda Rousey, for causing havoc, got suspended, kayfabe-wise, for 30 days. But the Riot Squad, it's okay for them to do that. But yeah, this Sasha Banks versus the Riot Squad. I've seen this match like 5 million times. Like for real. I've seen this match so many times. I already knew what was going to happen. Like I said, Bayley and Sasha are going to have miscommunication errors. I'm going to have to hear Corey Graves fucking call Sasha a snake. And then that's all I pretty much knew about this match. And of course, the Riot Squad won. Yawn, who cares? Like, no offense to the Riot Squad and your fans. But you know WWE ain't doing shit with them right now. And then afterwards, Bayley and Sasha have this stare down, acting like they're Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. And they're like looking at each other. And they're acting like this is like some big tension-filled moment. And the audience is not like freaking out about it. They're just like sitting there like. And then all of a sudden, what we get out of this is just Sasha pushing Bayley. And it was like, oh, whoa. Like, what the fuck was that shit? Oh, that's supposed to build dissension between these two these two friends? Oh, man. They're supposed to build tension up with these two idiots just looking at each other. Oh, man, but it gets better. So then Sasha is walking backstage, and then Bayley goes, and she goes, I'm not finished with you! And then Sasha's like, well, you know what, I'm finished with you. I'm here to make Hysteria. And then they fight each other. And Bayley attacked her from behind. So it was like, okay, Bayley should get the upper hand here. Sasha's beat up and everything like that. But no, Sasha kicks her ass. Like straight up. Sasha kicks her ass and just beats the... And then it gets even better. So after that, you think, okay, that's it for Sasha and Bayley. And so Sasha, by the way, in her ring gear, and so Sasha leaving the building. And then Bayley comes up and goes, hey, Sasha, like, come on, like, I'm not done with you, Sasha. And then Sasha literally repeated, which I just said earlier in the promo, but I'll repeat it again because I love doing Sasha Banks. I'm done with you, I'm finished, we're no longer friends, I'm here to make history, And then Bayley sits there looking like a stupid, dumb puppy. And like I was expecting her to do, like, remember that one episode of Raw where Zack Ryder gets taken down in the ambulance by Kane and Cena was asked a question and he did a like that face. I was expecting Bayley because Bayley had this like sad face. I was expecting Bayley to go like turn into a what's it called, Super Saiyan or some shit, man. I was expecting Bayley to turn Super Saiyan or something, man, but no. Said she just stood there looking like a dumb puppy. Like you know, sometimes when your dog makes a mistake and they just kind of look at you and they don't know why they made a mistake, and you're mad at it, but you're not really that mad at it. That's what Bayley looked like, and it was just so sad. Like it's so sad what they've done with Bayley, and I could go on and on and on, but I feel like that deserves a video in itself. The messed up opportunity of Bayley. Let me know if you guys would like to see that video. You guys know me. I ain't no Bayley fan, but I feel bad for this girl. I mean, she was over. Now she ain't. It's sad. But you know what's not sad is that Kurt Angle's cutting promos. That's always great for the Chase Oliver channel because more material for me and my Kurt Angle voice. And so pretty much Kurt Angle comes out and says, Brock Lesnar's going to wrestle. And not even 5 minutes into this, we are it's Taz. Out comes the big dog. And freaking Roman Reigns is walking down. And he goes, we all know who should pay Brock Lesnar. It's me. And then, literally after he said that, and out comes Bobby Lashley. And then I was like, I was getting hyped for this because obviously you guys know, if you guys know my channel, you guys know who my favorite wrestlers are. But I can poke fun at them. So out comes Lashley. Oh, man. I love Lashley, man, but there's a reason why he don't talk that much. He has that Mickey Mouse voice, man. And so Bobby Lashley was like, Roman, you really think that you can beat Brock Lesnar? Well, I know I can beat Brock Lesnar. Brock, Roman, you couldn't beat Brock Lesnar for 3 years. But I can. And I will. Believe that. Well, he didn't say anything like that, but he pretty much just told Roman that he can beat Brock Lesnar. And since you were a little pup, I've wanted to face Brock Lesnar because I know I could beat him. And so then Kurt Angle's like, well, you know what, guys? There is going to be a multi-man match at Extreme Rules, and the winner will face Brock Lesnar. And then out of nowhere, man, I hear, say yeah. I was like, and it took me a while because I forgot that the Revival were a thing. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? Like, I didn't know who was coming out. I thought World Elite was coming out. Or what was that faction with Del Rio, Sheamus, and all these other losers? Rusev was in there. Bad News Barrett. What was that called? Like the United Kingdom or something like that? I thought those guys were coming out. No, it was the Revival. And Dash Wilder's coming out like, like Porky fucking Pig. Or something, or Elmer Fudd. He was like coming out Elmer Fudd. Oh, it's all Big Dog and Bobby Lashley season. It's like, oh, it was funny as hell, man. I don't even know what the hell he was doing, dude. He was just doing this. He's like, oh, everyone wants something. Will the Revival want a match? And so we got the two big dudes, Lashley and Roman. You know, the two guys that are trying to upshine each other, teaming up with each other, and they're taking on the Revival. Gee, I wonder what's going to happen here. I like this match, though, mainly because it was two big guys going at it. You know, it was two big guys, you know, pretty much, pretty much trying to upshow each other. So that was pretty cool. But the one thing about the match, and here's the thing. Y'all should know. I haven't really marked out on a lot of stuff of Raw. When it comes to Ronda Rousey, I normally mark out. But man, dude, this was one of my favorite spots I've seen in wrestling on WWE RAW standards in quite some time. Roman Reigns does the Superman punch. He's about to do the spear, goes, "Oh!" Ah! And then Lashley blinds tags him. Reigns looks at him perplexed, and then Lashley goes in for the spear. I marked the frick out. I was like, "Oh yes!" Yeah, it was a battle-toad spear. It was that walking Armageddon spear shit. He speared him and did a front flip backwards, stood up, looked at Roman Reigns, and was like, "That's how you do it, boy." Oh, big dog, you think you have a leg spear? Oh, no, you haven't seen the walking Armageddon spear. Thank God. No more X Division vertical suplex as his finisher. Look, I like the X Division Lashley vertical suplex. I like it. It's fine. But, if you're going to make Lashley into the walking Armageddon, he just needs to do a spear. What up, Rick Bad Boy? How are you, my friend? So, yeah, I was happy with this. I was happy that Lashley got the spear back. And to quote LeBron James, when he won his first title, it's about damn time. Because it's about damn time, man. Yeah, I agree with that, the General Shotgun. I would rather see Lashley and Roman one-on-one than Roman take on for the title, to be honest with you. Then we had Corbin and Angle backstage. Then Finn Balor comes up. He goes, "Oi, I think that I should get the title match. I want my Universal title back." And then Kevin Owens goes, "You already had your shot. You already lost." And then Care Bear comes, and he's like, "I'm friends with Finn Balor." And then Kurt Angle's like, "I can't run this show anymore." And then Constable Corbin is just, I don't know, doing something there. I honestly don't know what the hell I watched when I was watching that thing. I was just like, what am I watching here? It was weird. But it set up our main event for the evening. No Way Jose came out and jobbed out to Mojo Rawley. And then Mojo Rawley cut a promo. Elias had his musical number. And, like, the thing is with Elias, like, that was the one thing, too, with Rollins losing the IC title tonight. Everyone was like, wait, if Rollins was going to lose, how come he just didn't lose to Elias last night? And now you have a Elias singing this song saying, "I'm going to face Brock Lesnar. What would Elias do?" It's like whoa, what do you mean? Like, here's the thing. If Elias was winning big matches, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's cool. He can be that chicken shit heel that can face Lesnar. That's fine. He won't win, but at least we know he can beat some wrestlers, and we can give him like somewhat of a chance. He hasn't beat anyone. Like, name me one big one-on-one match on pay-per-view that Elias won. Because I can't name you any. He hasn't won shit. He literally just, like, I like Elias. He's an entertaining shtick. He's an entertaining gimmick. But, like, literally, what has he done? He literally just comes out every week, does the same crap. He doesn't win anything. He's a loser. So why would I want to see this loser face Lesnar? Makes no sense. Yeah, Degenerate Sharagon. Lashley did the Battletoad Spear. It was nice. No more X Division vertical suplex. Then we got our main event. Balor and Care Bear taking on Owens and Constable Corbin. Actually, pretty good main event. I was surprised. I had fun. With this match. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And Constable Corbin with the end of days hit. What's it called? Hit Finn Balor and pinned him. Good. No complaints here. Excellent way for me to end Monday Night Raw. Overall, though, there are some hiccups with this episode of Raw, but compared to what we've seen in the previous weeks, the prior weeks, this was like much improved. But just because it was much improved does not mean I'm going to play like, this was good or a great episode. No, it was solid. Like I said, some booking decisions don't make sense. There's way too many squash matches on this episode of Raw for me to say, this was a great episode. But when it comes down to everything else, this was a pretty solid episode. Like, you had some good matches on there. You had some decent storyline elements there being built for Extreme Rules. You know, it wasn't like, Raw was just like, yeah, we're just not doing jack all tonight. They at least accomplished some things. And a lot of things that they did tonight, and you guys know me if you watch my channel, they kept it simple. They didn't try to add gummy bears or sprinkles or like those goopy little chocolate powdered donuts on my ice cream. They decided to say, you know what, Chase? Here's simple vanilla ice cream tonight. Enjoy it. And then sometimes, like I said, It's fine to have simple vanilla ice cream. But even then, when they gave me that simple vanilla ice cream, it just wasn't that great quality. It wasn't that good quality taste. It was just a solid vanilla ice cream tonight. So yeah. Now, I said that Elias is a loser in the kayfabe perspective. I like Elias. I think he's talented, man. I'm just saying that from a kayfabe perspective, he is a loser. Like, he doesn't win any matches, man. Yeah, man. JC, I didn't think Constable Corbin would be a hero. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, guys, if you guys are just here for the Raw portion of the review, that's it. That's over. Thank you guys from WrestlingWithWrestling.com watching via the playback, and thank you guys for watching the playback in general. We're going to move on to the Q&A portion of the stream now. This is where we can ask questions about anything that doesn't have to pertain to pro wrestling. Mainly, I do these Q&A portions because some people always ask me, why do I do these Q&A portions? I do them because, one, they're like some fun things to do. We get some funny questions and we have a fun time doing it. But two, it's also because sometimes I don't have enough time to make certain topic videos that I would love to make, or I don't make enough videos in general. So this was kind of like my way of like being able to answer questions that people have for me and anything like that. So yeah. And also too, it's a good way for other people to ask me questions that are not just wrestling related, because sometimes people just tune in and ask me everything that isn't pro wrestling. So yeah, I just want to make that clear. I know everyone who's been watching the channel for a while, who normally watches the live streams, are like, Chase, we know why you do this. But I'm saying because I have the Wrestling with Wrestling audience right now, I just want them to know, why the heck is this Raw review 50 minutes when he just talked for 25 minutes about Raw and the rest of the 25 minutes was like something else? All right, so let's do this, man. Let's get started with the Q&A, man. Is Enzo cooking up that Cena diss track right now? Ah, man, dude. I hope so, man. Like, not to say Enzo's rapping is good, but it's funny, it's enjoyable. I mean, he's dropping some bars. I mean, are they great? That's up to debate. But he's dropping those bars, and I give him props for that. It's hard, and he's doing what he wants to do, man. How did Extreme Rules get pushed all the way to July? I think Backlash was May. And then Money in the Bank was this month. So I think that's why Extreme Rules got pushed to July. I kind of wish they brought back Great Balls of Fire. I liked that show last year. So is Ronda facing Alexa at SummerSlam? Seems like it's straight shooter. Like, once she comes back from that 30-day suspension, it would be like Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss, right? Why fans used to hate Ryback now hype up terrible guys like Lars and Braun? I don't know, man. Oh, that's a great question, Kadeem Simon. Like, I feel like with Ryback, it was kind of a different situation with Ryback, because Ryback literally was forced in a situation that he wasn't going to win it, because you had it where you had, and he was over at that time. The casual audience, the people who were actually spending money to go to the arenas, really liked Ryback and wanted to see Ryback as WWE champion. But the problem was, they were putting Ryback in a Hell in a Cell match against CM Punk, and there was no way you were going to have Punk's reign end just like that, especially because you knew what you were leading to with The Rock in January. So it's kind of like Ryback was like in a terrible situation of what happened, and then it just kind of like went worse from there. Because honestly, I feel like if they would have just went with the natural route, a lot of fans wouldn't have hated Ryback as bad. Because Lars Sullivan, it's like, he's at least been there for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they at least build up the Aleister Black title match where it was like, okay, we know Black's going to win, but Sullivan is at least a decent challenger. And then same with Care Bear. Care Bear, you know, they kind of got over on purpose. Like, it wasn't like that was like their plan. Like, he just got over on purpose. So yeah, man, it should be fine, man. Do you think WWE should create a Team Canada faction with Zayn, Owens, and Rude? I don't know, man. Like, Team Canada is kind of like a weird... It can work sometimes, but not all the times. I feel like... I don't know what happened to the Owens and Zayn faction. That just ended randomly. I mean, it could be enjoyable, but I just don't see who would be the main guy of that faction. Like, are you going to make Rude the main guy? Or are you going to make Owens the main guy? Like, that's the hard part, man. That's the hard part, man. Your thoughts on G1 Climax blocks that have been revealed and your predictions. I have Okada versus Bushi in the finals with the Bushi winning it all. Man, why Ibushi? Oh, so we can get Kenny Omega versus Ibushi for the IWGP title? No, I'm just kidding. I haven't really looked at the blocks yet. I can pull them up right now, the G1 Climax blocks. I saw that you posted them. I haven't, because like I'm literally super behind on New Japan. I feel bad, but I just am super behind on New Japan, man. All right, let's go. Let me check the G1 Climax 28. Well, all the competitors are named. I haven't seen the blocks yet to see who's facing who and stuff like that. But my predictions on who's going to win, and wow. They really messed up, man. This one website. What culture messed up, dude? What culture put Jay White as the IWGP Intercontinental Champion? Put some respect on Chris Jericho's name. What the hell? Let's see. Kota Ibushi, Sabre, Suzuki, Sanada, Evil, Tetsuya Naito, Heyman Page, Tamatanga, Bad Luck Fale, Yoshihashi, Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, Okada, our boy, CJ Parker, Togi Makabe, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the real ace, Jay White, piece of shit, Michael Elgin, and Kenny Omega. Isn't Omega and Ibushi fighting like in the first match and stuff like that? That's what I think I heard and stuff like that. That's a good prediction. I think Naito's gonna. I think honestly Okada's gonna win it because I think they're gonna do Okada versus Naito again. Not Okada versus Naito. Okada versus Omega again at Wrestle Kingdom. And mainly because of this, you know, Kenny Omega's contract ends around that time. And if they don't secure a contract for Kenny Omega around then, it's kind of like, hey, we'll just give it back to our boy Okada. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, Okada and Omega, it's, you know, Omega has the 2-1 advantage. You could want Okada to win. Naito's a good second choice for me, though, Degenerate. I wouldn't mind a Naito and Omega match. The match that they had at last year's G1 was fairly underrated. You know, it was a great match between those two, man. And I really think that... And also, too, people forget Omega was not really 100% for that match. He had an injured knee. He fought with the injured knee. And so it wasn't like we got the best performance that we could have gotten out of Kenny Omega. So that's why I'd be down for it, man. So, yeah. All right, so let's see. What questions did I miss? Using Bobby Roode like a smiling baby with no story is really dumb. Yeah, well, that's what they do with most wrestlers. Most wrestlers just end up being a smiley baby face, like, I'm happy to be. I don't know why they love doing that happy to be here crap with a lot of wrestlers, man. Like, it just makes no sense. Gumby or Care Bear? Oh, I'll take Care Bear any day of the week over Gumby. Gumby's trash. You see, Care Bear's trash, and I don't like Care Bear. But I'll watch a Care Bear match over a Gumby match. Oh, no questions asked. Gumby's just a piece of shit. Did you cry during the Reigns and Mahal match because of the crowd? LOL. No, I was laughing during the match, actually. I thought the crowd was funny. I mean, at the end of the day, WWE won. They sat through the show. If WWE never fucked up Ryback's push, do you think WrestleMania 31 main event could have been Ryback versus Brock instead of Brock versus Reigns? Honestly, if WWE never fucked up his push, he should have been the one that faced Big Show at WrestleMania 29 instead of Del Rio versus Swagger for the world title. You could have had Del Rio and Swagger been like a mid-card match that would have meant something. And then you could have had Big Show versus Ryback for the world heavyweight title with Ryback shell-shocking the Big Show in New York. Yeah, that sounds pretty blockbuster to me instead of what did he do at that show? Lose to the Shield or some bullshit? Yes, Blue Knight is the Q&A portion now of this stream. Thoughts on the death of rapper Triple X Tenacion. Honestly, dude, I never heard any of his stuff. I've only heard, like, honestly, never heard any of his music. I heard a lot of controversial things about the guy, though. I've heard a lot of controversial things that he did. I didn't realize how young he was. But damn, dude. It sucks that there's senseless violence like that. And it sucks that a life, no matter how shitty the person is, it sucks that a life has to end like that. Like why? What led to this type of action need to be taken where a human being had to get shot on a Monday? And I get it, shit like this happens all the time, but it sucks. And especially because, you know, this guy does have a following, does have a name. It kind of puts it in perspective, man. Sometimes you got to watch what you say on the internet. You know, you got to put it in perspective that sometimes you can't, like, you know, it kind of puts in perspective that, like, sometimes you just got to be careful in life, man. But yeah, it was a bummer. I couldn't believe it when I read it. I was like, what the heck? But yeah, I never listened to any of his songs. Like honestly, I can't tell you like, oh, I don't know what the fuck his music's like. I've just heard about him via like stories and stuff like that because I follow like a bunch of like hip hop magazines and stuff, and I would always see like stories of like him domestic abuse and everything like that. So that's what that's all I've seen, man. But sucks how he died, man. Chase, Impact is doing some good stuff right now. Did you see the ending of last week's episode? Yeah, with Killer Cross. Don't you follow me on Twitter? I tweeted something about that. Yeah, Impact's doing good stuff. Like why do I don't get it. What's with Impact fans always having to need some like insurance that people like Impact? Like I like Impact. I don't need to say that everything they're doing is good. Like I don't think everything they're doing is good. I think their characters bleed in together too much, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's fine. It's not like Impact's like the greatest scene I've ever seen. But yeah, it's fine. I'm glad with the talent they're bringing. I'm interested to see what they do with Killer Cross this week. Seems like a backstage segment that they're going to probably do with him. So yeah, it's fine. The only thing I'm really like looking forward to on Impact so far is the LAX versus LAX feud, which people spoiled for me. Did I see the picture you sent on Twitter? Let me go check it real quick, Blue Knight. I haven't checked my Twitter in a minute, dude. But what was the picture you sent me on Twitter? I didn't see it, Blue Knight. I don't see your picture on Twitter. So yeah. What up, Chase? Thanks for favoriting some of my tweets. Oh, anytime, man. Anytime you post something that sounds funny or that I like in general, I always like it. Especially the stupid booking WWE. Right? That's what WWE does, man. They just do stuff that don't make no sense, man. Like when has WWE actually done stuff that's like coherent sometimes? Like how do you have it where Rollins beats Elias, who's like built up to beat him, and then he loses randomly to like Dolph Ziggler of all people, man. Ugh. A lot of people backstage in WWE were not fans of Ryback and purposely sabotaged his booking. Nah, that wouldn't surprise me. Do you think Shinsuke Nakamura will ever hold a world title in WWE? No. At this point, Xander, hell no. Shinsuke must find some dirt on Mr. McMahon if he wants to hold that title. Do Bobby Lashley's theme sound like a remix of Ambrose's theme, or is it just me? No, it does not sound like Ambrose's theme. Honestly, dude, I can't. That theme sound like it sounds like an old ass like Mark Jindrak theme. Like that's something that Mark Jindrak would come to. Give him back that Hell Will Be Rising, man. Give me that Hell Will Be Rising theme, man. Who has the most GN? The most GN? I don't even know what that means. Who has the most, generic theme song? Lashley, Owens, Corbin, Ambrose, or Rollins? Oh, I've always said this. I like Rollins, and I know they added the Burn It Down to it, but the Rollins theme song is the most generic. I mean, Ambrose's theme, it can get by. Corbin's theme song, much better than the I like Kevin Owens' theme, honestly. Lashley's theme, like I said, it sounds like a Mark Jindrak theme, but Seth Rollins' theme literally sounds like original custom track number 23 and Here Comes the Pain or something like blah 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 blah. Like if you like, I'm so glad Vince added the Burn It Down to it, but still like, oh, it's just so bad. Like I still hate it to this day, man. The only thing like I like is like what goes burn it down. So yeah. Omega and Naito are on Block B, so they'll face each other again during the G1. Oh, no. It's going to be a good match, man. Omega and Ibushi are in Block B. Okay, so are they facing each other? I never understood why they put the world champion in the G1. It always made no sense to me sometimes why they would do that. And then they don't win. Did you even see Care Bear actually win? Do you even see Care Bear actually winning the Universal title? Honestly, Blue Knight, no. I feel like they gave it to him because, like, Brock beating him would be like something that they could actually would do, and it would be like something where it's like, you know what I'm saying? I really do think like Brock Lesnar is like could beat Care Bear for the title. Like I honestly don't see it, dude. I honestly don't see it, man. Yeah, man. The real was I like that base Del Rio, but it was just like, why did Ricardo Rodriguez have the bucket? That was the one question I never got answered, man. Why did you get the bucket, man? Why does CFO $ suck so much? Because they just rip music. They don't have their. I don't think they compose their own shit, do they? They just rip shit, right? Will CFO Darnell make anything good as Jim Johnson's Brood theme? They wish. Their best theme, it was like glorious, and that's like a mistake. His music was basically SoundCloud emo trap rap music. Oh, I definitely would not have listened to that. Just imagine a Seth Rollins and Ronda promo. It'd be great. Hey guys, where's my statue? Be awesome. What would you think if the Mavericks traded their 5th pick for Jaylen Brown and the Celtics' first round pick? That's a steal for the fucking. What would they? What? So wait, the Celtics would get the 5th pick? So Celtics would get the 5th pick, which I don't know who the fuck they would take there. You get the Celtics first rounder, and you get Jaylen Brown. Yeah, that's a steal for the freaking Mavericks. I don't care what anyone's. Why would the Celtics? Well, first of all, why are the Celtics even thinking about trading Jaylen Brown? And like the thing about the Celtics is they have to be careful with these top 5 picks and stuff because they have to pay these people soon. Because here's the thing. Who do they want at number 5 where they're like, oh, trading Jaylen Brown would like okay, whoever you get at number 5, because Bagley ain't gonna fall to 5. If Bagley falls to 5, then the Celtics are just lucky, because that's like the one guy where it's like, okay, that makes sense. But it's like, who are you gonna pick at number 5 that will replace Jaylen Brown? What, Michael Porter? I like Michael Porter Jr., but it's like Jaylen Brown is already Michael Porter Jr. with the jump shot. Sure, he doesn't have Michael Porter Jr.'s passing, but still, he has the jump shot. Why would you trade away a young, athletic talent like Jaylen Brown, your first rounder, which is, yeah, a late first rounder, for the 5th overall pick? Where you're pretty much just replacing Jaylen Brown with a younger Jaylen Brown that you most likely will trade away again anyways. To me personally, that would be like such a win for the Mavericks. Like, for real. You get Jaylen Brown, who's going to be on a cheap deal, who's going to be playing and balling out for you, and you get a late first round pick. What a dumb trade if the Celtics do that, man. Mohamed Bamba, what the? Why would the? Okay, man, like, okay. Yeah, they want Bamba that bad. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, Degenerate Strong Gun. What made you want to what made you want to root for Sasha Banks? You're normally a Sasha Banks hater. Well, what happened there? Oh yeah, the exhibition vertical suplex. What do you think of Drew McIntyre's tweet about NXT as supposedly the dominant roster? I don't think he said that. I think he just said you better watch out because these NXT guys are hungry. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because they can be as hungry as they want. They're not going to be able to put on these goofy freaking matches that they have on NXT on the main roster. So what's it matter? The Revival haven't even got a chance to show what they can do on the main roster. And that could be either that Vince just doesn't really care about them or the fact that maybe they're just too freaking boring. It doesn't matter how good you can wrestle in the ring and shit like that. So, well, yeah, you're showing it in NXT. Awesome. Great. Good for you guys. And then all of a sudden, you get to the main roster and you don't get enough time to show it. That's the reason why people like these NXT matches, man. They have time. If they didn't have this time, most of the guys would just not be relevant, to be honest with you. I haven't got a chance, Xander, to actually listen to something with Wrestle With. I do want to listen to it, but I haven't had a chance. Stuff like that. But I do want to listen to the podcast, to be honest, man. PWI said they are starting to consider nominees for their Decade Awards. In 2000s, they awarded Triple H as Wrestler of the Decade and WrestleMania 17 as Pay-Per-View of the Decade. Who will these be in 2010s? Pay-Per-View of the Decade for 2010s, Money in the Bank 2011. Well, is it just WWE or is it all wrestling? Man, Wrestler of the Decade, that's going to be hard as hell. Because, like, back then, you know, wrestling was... If you're going with the 2010s Wrestler of the Decade, that's hard. That's a great question. For Pay-Per-View of the Decade, I would say that it would be Money in the Bank 2011. But Wrestler of the Decade, I don't know. Oh, yeah, Doncic would be great on the team. I have to go back on the Wrestler of the Decade question. AJ could be a good pick. Cena. Cena's another Wrestler of the Decade type of guy. Maybe Triple H can win it again. Oh, man. Since it seems like WWE are really in a drought right now, with there only being one WrestleMania left, what's been WrestleMania this decade so far from 2010 through 2018? I go with 30. 30 is my pick. I think 30 is the WrestleMania of the decade, in my personal opinion, man. You said 30. Okay, so Dan Bones agrees with me on that. 28's good too, Degenerate. I just like 30 a little bit more. 31, Xander is a good show, but it has its flaws. Like, the Breakfast Club won all those matches. But I had a good main event. Man. Thoughts on the supposed rumor that Triple H wants New Japan Pro Wrestling versus WWE? I don't think it's a rumor. I think it's a reality, and I think it's going to happen. Why wouldn't Triple H want to make business with New Japan? This is what WWE does. This is Triple H at its best. When something is super hot and super over, Triple H magnetizes to it and takes away that thing's heat, takes that thing away motion. That's what Triple H does best. So of course, man, he's gonna take over that, man. The World Cup is so far has been good. Portugal versus Spain was great. Mexico upsetting Germany and Iceland playing with heart. Yeah, man, Messi stuck dick though. And the Brazil game, man, Brazil tired out near the end. Neymar, I don't know what Neymar was doing. He was trying his hardest to like try to pretend he was Cristiano in that game, man. Like, come on, calm down for a second, Neymar. I like you and all, but calm down. Brazil is my choice to win the World Cup, though. Do I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast? On occasion. I like Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm an MMA fan, so of course I will listen to it. But like sometimes Joe Rogan just says stuff where I'm just like, oh my God, why are they talking about this right now? But I do enjoy it. Like, I'll watch a lot of clips from the Joe Rogan podcast, but not really a lot of full episodes. You know, like I'll pick like I'll see like a related clip and it'll be like Joe Rogan talks about how weed is like going to become the next candy, and then I'll just sit there and listen to it, and it's just like Joe Rogan talking about anything but what the video title said. So, and it'll bring it up near the end. But I love listening to Joe Rogan talk, man. That dude is just like entertaining as hell. Like, having conversations with that guy would be so awesome. Like, nothing but good things to say about Joe Rogan, man. And most hated wrestler of the decade? Ooh. Well, yeah, well, he was hated back then, absolutely. But Wrestler of the Decade, that's pretty chill, too, that they gave him that award as well. I would say Wrestler of the Decade, PWI, though, also does based off what you've done, like, accomplishments. So I think Cena's going to win that. Because, like, they always base it off accomplishment, right? Oh, okay, no. Mr. Impact. Compared to Germany, Mexico had no chance, man. Do you think AJ Styles will hold the WWE Championship for over 434 days? He's on pace, isn't he? Like, dang, dude. Like, I forget that AJ won that belt, like, in November? He's had a long-ass title run. Like, it's insane. And this is only his second championship one. Yeah, this is only his second title run. He's had long runs with the title, AJ. Good for that guy. No, I don't see him breaking it, though. What's been the worst WrestleMania this decade? 27, 29, 32, 33, or 34? Oh, 27. 20, oh, I don't know. No, 27, man. 27's, oh, man. 27 is just weird, dude. Like, that's just such a weird show. Do you think they bury Shinsuke? Not bury, just not use him correctly. Like, bury is like what Big Cass, like what happened to Big Cass, that's a burial right there. Like, that dude should have beat Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan's like, nope, fuck you, tap out twice to me, bitch. To me personally, Germany is still one of the top teams compared to Mexico. Germany won the World Cup last year. A lot of people thought Germany was the favorite leading in. Did you see the video of Dana White in an indie wrestling show? What the? That sounds amazing, Blue. What was he doing there? Was he like looking for a fight? I'm gonna sign the next CM Punk to looking for a fight. Was that what he's doing? Was he signing CM Punks? Did he find the next CM Punk or something? Because I don't know what Dana White does. Alright, let's see what's there, man. What's the point of turning Shinsuke heel if he's not going to win the title then? There's no point. That's the thing. Like, they just did it just because they were like, oh, we need people to be shocked. that Shinsuke did that. Did CM Punk ruin his wrestling career? It's going to be hard for me to take him serious as a top guy after he got toyed with by Michael Jackson. I don't think he really ruined his wrestling career per se. I think he just ruined his... Here's the difference. I think he ruined his image. And what I mean by it is that I think that he ruined, like, what his persona is, his tough guy act, his routine of, like, he's just always, like, this guy on edge and stuff like that. Like, I feel like he ruined, like, kind of like his tough guy mantra in a way. Where it's like, you just, like, feel like you're, like, now, like, you know when you always look at Punk and, like, or wrestlers, you can say, I can take that guy in a fight. Now it's like you can literally think, I could take CM Punk in a fucking fight. Like you could literally think that. Because this guy had 4.5 years of training, and that's the results that he got, man. You give most people 4.5 years, those guys would at least be, like, somewhat freaking good. He sucked. Both times. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I'll definitely look it up after this one, man. Are you interested in seeing a fight between Michael Jackson and Daniel Bryan? Not really, Xander. It'd be funny. I would laugh if Daniel Bryan wins, because then it would just be like, fuck you, Punk. But I don't know. I don't think I would really be that interested. Thoughts on Kawhi wanting out of the Spurs? That's such a weird situation, man. Like, Kawhi Leonard, dude. The next Spurs superstar. Quiet, humble. What you want for a San Antonio Spur? The heir apparent of Tim Duncan. Most likely gone. He felt the Spurs betrayed him. Thought the Spurs didn't trust in him when he wanted that second opinion. Gave up on him. And now he wants out. And whether that's his uncle getting in his ear, whether that's the family wanting him to be in a bigger market, whether that's people just Kawhi representing him, wanting him to make more money, it is what it is. I think Kawhi Leonard, he pretty much got tired of the Spurs system. He pretty much just feels like, hey, I feel like I can go anywhere. And you know what's funny too? Kawhi Leonard, the one guy you would think would never get booed. That guy's going to get booed so hard in San Antonio when he comes back. To me personally, it sucks to see Kawhi Leonard wanting out. But hey, at the end of the day, it's his choice. I honestly think that he just wants to build his name and his brand out there. And I just honestly feel like he feels like that he is a big-time star and that he deserves that big name. Now, do I believe the whole LeBron James, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard bullshit? I don't know about that. Be kind of crazy if they got LeBron James, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. That'd be a very insane turn of events. But yeah. Interesting stuff. Are you, let's see. Also, what's the point of Nia Jax winning the championship just to give the title back to Alexa Bliss? And who the fuck is Alexa Bliss? Well, Alexa Bliss is the Triple H golden child now. That's right, people. We added her to the list, baby. She's proved her golden children worth. After the wonderful performance at Money in the Bank, and I know a lot of you people are going to be like, wonderful performance, Chase. She laid there and didn't do shit. Triple H must have been so proud clapping at that backstage, being like, that's my girl right there. That's some golden children stuff. She got promoted. Kevin Owens, come tumbling down to silver children, okay? You're no longer a golden child. That's right. Golden children privileges stripped away from KO. Now on to Little Miss Bliss. Or how does she do it? She goes like this, something like that. Because now the new golden children consist of Yo, the big dog, Burn It Down Rollins, the Queen Charlotte, and now the goddess Alexa Bliss. Kevin Owens, no longer golden child. Still a silver child, but no longer golden child. Was Heidenreich's original gimmick the most ridiculous yet awesome gimmick of all time? He was going to be a frozen Nazi soldier looking for revenge on Jewish Undertaker. Whoa. What is this, like some what culture thing that I missed or whatever? Dang, that's crazy. That sounds like very intense. But also like, I'm not saying cool, but also kind of like interesting at the same time. Like how they would have pulled that off. Like he was like frozen in time or something. And then like he just, oh, that'd be weird. Like the Undertaker maybe froze his body and stuff like that. Yeah, man, he had that hot wife, too, Kenzo Suzuki. His wife was hot. I remember Kenzo Suzuki, man. Yeah, Renee Young, dude. Not Renee Young. Renee Dupree. That dude was like super political about his getting mad. I don't think they're gonna trade Lonzo. What value would get for him? Like honestly, there's more value in Kuzma and Ingram than Lonzo at this point. Yeah, man. And then the UPN network told Undertaker to kill him, and he literally did kill him. Like they literally killed Muhammad Hassan. I couldn't believe it, man. Will Minoru Suzuki face Ishii at Wrestle Kingdom 13? Hopefully sooner. But if that's the match they want to make, I'll sign up for that, and I'll watch these two guys do the elbows of doom all day. All right, guys. Wrapping up the Q&A here. So let's squeeze in those final questions, and then we can make like babies and head out. Because I got to start going to bed early. I got to lose. I'm on that weight loss grind, people. I'm on that weight loss grind. I don't know if you guys noticed, but my face, it's like I'm looking like Kevin Owens, Slim Owens, dude. Gotta get those tricep muscles, my biceps. I gotta get everything back. I wonder where I come on, get a camera, and then you guys are like, damn, dude, Chase lost weight. And it's like, yeah, dude. Thoughts on picky customers need some advice. The best advice, man, is always say yes. Always say yes. Here's the thing. They're gonna annoy you, man. They're going to freaking annoy you. They're going to be picky as hell. They're going to be people that just drive you insane. But just say yes. It makes it so much easier. It honestly does. Like, don't try to convince them of anything else. Just smile, nod, and say, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Even if you feel like, I don't know if I could do this, and just ask a manager afterwards. Because when it comes down to it, you got to say yes to a guest or a customer no matter what they need. Because they're always right. Have you seen pics of Undertaker and Post Malone? Yeah, that shit was hilarious, man. Is Randy Orton done now? No, man. No, that's a sensitive topic. Maybe a video that I should do one day. Should Randy Orton just retire? Maybe. We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Can you name some wrestlers who are great performers but crappy athletes? Oh. Punk. He's not really a good athlete, but he's a great performer. Crappy athlete. What was his name, dude? The ECW guy. Steve Corino. Not really a great athlete, but a great performer. Tommy Dreamer. Not a great athlete, but a great performer. Let's see. Who do other guys fit in that perspective? Trying to think of like great athletes, man. Nah, Camille Smith. I missed that Devil May Cry 5 trailer. I want to check it out though soon. I'm trying to think of more like great athletes, but they weren't good performers. Or not like great performers, but they were crappy athletes. Because Big Show's an athlete. Like you can't say, "Oh, Big Show's not an athlete." No, that dude's an athlete. He's like very athletic. Taz. Taz would fit in that thing. It's funny, it's all these ECW guys. Like I could say like Taz, Sandman, Raven's a great performer, and he's not a good athlete whatsoever. It's funny, it's all these ECW guys. Because DDP was a pretty good athlete. Oh, Shane Douglas. That's another great performer, but not a good athlete. No, Batista's pretty athletic. But speaking of Batista, Lex Luger. That's another good performer, but not a great athlete. No, Undertaker's a pretty good athlete. He can clear the ring. Back in his heyday, Undertaker was able to freaking like do all this crazy shit. No, I haven't seen Incredibles 2 yet. I always wait like a couple weeks after these Pixar movies come out because I don't want to deal with these little kids, man. Taz is the worst commentator in TNA history. Which one is in WWE history? Mick Foley. I like the Mixer, but he was pretty bad. I don't know. There was a time where Edge was a pretty solid athlete. But yeah, I think Edge could fit in that Christian. No, Christian's a pretty athletic dude. I would say, yeah, Edge. Maybe there was maybe post the neck surgery's Edge for sure. Because back when he was doing all the ladder matches, he was pretty athletic. Like You guys know me. I don't really like Edge all that much, but he was an athletic dude. So, yeah. What is the worst sports coverage you watch? Me, the NBA on ABC, and the World Cup on Fox. Baseball on Fox. I hate watching baseball on Fox. It's boring. I feel like I'm watching football. Not a fan. NXT or New Japan Pro Wrestling? New Japan. That's my personal preference, though. Dean Ambrose. We don't know where he's at today, man. We do not know where Dean Ambrose is like in purgatory or something. Do you remember the episode where Nash and Booker were commentators? Steiner was the presenter of the wrestlers. Oh yeah, where he was the ring announcer. Yeah, the main event Mafia took over. That's one of my personal favorite Impact Wrestling episodes, to be honest with you, man. It was like hilarious. Anyways, guys, thank you all very much for tuning into the live stream. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseSauber68. Sometimes, guys, just like the current longest reigning modern WWE champion in history, you don't have to give a shit in life. And
Yo!